Life is tough. It throws challenges at you, tests your limits, and forces you to face hard truths. But what if you could approach all of it with the strength of a true man, unshaken and focused? The Daily Stoic isn't just a book, it's a guide to becoming that man. Drawing from the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, this book teaches you to control your reactions, master your emotions, and take responsibility for your own life. Each day's lesson is designed to toughen your mind, sharpen your focus, and help you live with discipline and purpose. Stoicism isn't about avoiding challenges, it's about meeting them head on, growing stronger with every battle. If you're ready to stop making excuses and start living as a true man, unstoppable, wise, and resilient, then this book is for you. January, clarity. A new year brings a powerful opportunity to reset, but only if you approach it with purpose. The noise, the distractions, the endless opinions, they all pull you in different directions, clouding your vision. But the real man understands that success, growth, and strength come from one thing: clarity. Without it, you're just wandering through life, reacting instead of acting. Clarity cuts through the fog, giving you the vision and focus needed to conquer the year ahead. Stoicism teaches you that the most important thing in life is mastering what you can control: your thoughts, your responses, your actions. Everything else is beyond your grasp. Once you accept this, you unlock the power to dominate your mind, the only thing you can truly own. This is the foundation of clarity, understanding what truly matters and ruthlessly discarding everything else. As you step into January, strip away the distractions. Forget about the noise. Don't get bogged down by the past or overwhelmed by the future. Focus on what you can control and set your sights on the path ahead. What are your values? What do you stand for? What do you want to achieve this year? With this clarity, every decision becomes a weapon, every action a step closer to becoming the man you are destined to be. Real men don't stumble through life aimlessly. They face the storm with unwavering focus, knowing exactly who they are and what they want. They know that setbacks, challenges, and failures are inevitable, but with clarity, these obstacles become nothing more than opportunities to grow stronger. When you understand what matters, nothing can shake you. You move forward with purpose, unwavering in your commitment to your goals. Clarity is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's what keeps you on track when everything else tries to pull you off course. January is your time to sharpen your mind, to strip away the clutter, and to refocus on what you are here to do. When you master clarity, you master life. It's time to claim your vision, take control of your actions, and dominate the year ahead. This is the first step in becoming the man you are meant to be. February, passions and emotions. Passions and emotions are powerful forces, but without control, they can drive you off course. As a man, you must understand that while your emotions are part of who you are, they should never dictate your actions. The Stoics understood this well. They didn't seek to suppress emotions, but to master them. Passion without direction is chaos. Emotion without control is weakness. Real power comes from the ability to channel these forces and use them for something greater. February is the month to confront your passions and emotions head on. Recognize that you can feel deeply, but you must not let your feelings control you. Anger, desire, frustration, they are natural, but when left unchecked, they can cloud your judgment and sabotage your success. A real man doesn't act on impulse. He takes a step back, assesses the situation, and responds with wisdom. This is the Stoic way, mastering your emotions so they serve you, not the other way around. In this month, take time to examine what drives you. What are your passions? And are they aligned with your goals? What emotions rise up in difficult situations? And how do they affect your decisions? Understanding and harnessing your emotions is the key to staying on track, especially when challenges come. By recognizing the power of your feelings and learning how to control them, you become a man who doesn't react, but responds with strength and purpose. This is not about suppressing your passion or ignoring your emotions. It's about using them to fuel your growth. When channeled properly, your passions can drive you toward your greatest achievements, and your emotions can give you the strength to push through the hardest times, but only if you remain in control. This month, turn your passions into purpose and your emotions into action. Become the man who feels deeply but never loses his focus. March, awareness. Awareness is the foundation of all progress. If you're not aware of your thoughts, actions, and surroundings, You're simply drifting through life, reacting to everything instead of leading. A real man understands that the first step to mastering his life is becoming fully aware of his mind, his body, and the world around him. Without awareness, you're blind to your own potential and unaware of the opportunities right in front of you. In March, challenge yourself to sharpen your awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts, habits, and routines. Are you making decisions based on impulse, or are you choosing with purpose? Are you aware of how your emotions are influencing your actions, or are you letting them control you? Awareness means knowing exactly where you stand, what you want, and how every moment is an opportunity to move closer to your goals. Stoicism teaches us that we must be aware of what is within our control and what is not. It's easy to get caught up in the things we can't change, other people's actions, the unpredictability of life, but true power lies in focusing on what you can control: your responses, your mindset, and your discipline. The more aware you become, the clearer your path will be. You'll stop wasting time and energy on things that don't matter and start dedicating yourself fully to what does. This month, don't let life pass you by. Become hyper aware of your surroundings and your internal world. The more you understand what's going on in your mind, the better equipped you'll be to make decisions that move you towards success. Awareness is the key to self mastery, and once you have it, you can truly start to control your destiny. Step into March with your eyes wide open, ready to conquer, grow, and move forward with purpose. April, unbiased thought. Unbiased thought is the core of wisdom. The Stoics knew that if we allow our personal biases, emotions, or preconceived notions to cloud our judgment, we lose the ability to see things clearly. Without an unbiased mind, we make decisions based on distorted perceptions rather than reality. The Daily Stoic teaches us that true power comes not from the world outside us, but from our ability to control the way we think. To live a life of virtue and wisdom, we must train ourselves to think clearly, objectively, and without emotional attachment. In April, challenge yourself to examine your thoughts with the clarity of a Stoic. When faced with decisions, do you find yourself swayed by personal desires, past experiences, or fears about the future? Are you allowing your feelings to dictate your actions, or are you observing the situation with a clear and impartial mind? The Stoics remind us that we must strip away the emotional clutter and see things for what they truly are, not how we wish them to be. A big part of unbiased thought is the ability to separate your ego from the situation. Too often, we let our pride, our need to be right, or our attachment to outcomes cloud our judgment. But the Stoics taught that wisdom comes when we put aside our self interest and approach each situation with objectivity. When you learn to see things without bias, you're able to act with clarity and wisdom, no matter how challenging the circumstances. This month, commit to becoming more aware of the biases that influence your thoughts and decisions. When faced with a choice, ask yourself, am I making this decision based on emotions or facts? Am I letting my personal preferences cloud my judgment? The more you practice unbiased thought, the clearer your mind will become, and the more effectively you can navigate life's challenges. Through this practice, you'll build the strength and wisdom needed to remain calm and rational, regardless of external pressures. May, right action. Right action is the bridge between wisdom and results. It's not enough to understand what is good or just. You must also act in accordance with those principles. The Stoics believed that true virtue is found in how we live, not just in what we think. It's not enough to talk about doing the right thing. You must make it a part of who you are and ensure your actions reflect your values. In May, focus on aligning your actions with your intentions. Every decision you make should be guided by your principles, no matter the external circumstances. It's easy to act based on convenience or short term gain, but the Stoic path demands that you take the difficult, virtuous route even when it's hard. Whether you're dealing with a challenging situation or an everyday task, right action means making decisions that are consistent with your highest values, not your immediate desires. To take right action, you must understand what is truly within your control and what isn't. You can't control the outcomes, but you can control the integrity of your actions. Your duty is to act with honesty, fairness, and courage, regardless of how things turn out. In doing so, you demonstrate your commitment to living a life of virtue. Every right action, no matter how small, adds up to a life well lived. This month, reflect on the areas of your life where you may have been acting out of convenience, fear, or impulse. Are you making decisions that align with your deeper values, or are you simply reacting to the circumstances around you? Right action isn't about perfection, it's about making the best choices you can, even when they're hard. Through consistent right action, you build a life of integrity, purpose, and strength. June, problem solving life is full of challenges, and no matter how much we plan, problems will always arise. The Stoics understood this fundamental truth. They saw adversity not as something to be feared or avoided, but as an inevitable part of life, a chance to exercise our strength and wisdom. Every obstacle is an opportunity for growth. How you approach these problems, how you choose to face them, determines the direction of your life. In June, adopt the mindset that challenges are not roadblocks, but invitations to improve. The first step in solving any problem is removing the emotional reaction. It's easy to feel overwhelmed or frustrated when faced with difficulties, but the Stoics remind us that emotions often cloud our judgment. Clear, rational thinking is the key to overcoming any obstacle. Instead of letting fear, anger, or anxiety take the lead, take a deep breath, calm your mind, and see the problem for what it truly is, a situation that requires thoughtful action, not a knee jerk response. To solve problems effectively, you must focus on what you can control. There will always be aspects of a problem that are beyond your grasp, but your thoughts, actions, and decisions are entirely within your power. Break the problem down into manageable pieces and evaluate each aspect calmly. Seek the most effective solution, not the easiest one. Remember that action is often more important than perfection. Even if you don't have all the answers right away, take the first step. Progress is made by moving forward, not waiting for the perfect moment. Problem solving is also about perseverance. It's not always about finding the right solution instantly. Sometimes it's about making a series of small adjustments and learning from your mistakes. Every problem you solve teaches you something valuable, and with each challenge you face, you build more resilience and confidence. When you approach problems with a sense of curiosity and a willingness to learn, you turn each difficulty into an opportunity to grow. This month, practice seeing problems as stepping stones to improvement. Instead of reacting to them with frustration or fear, embrace them as opportunities to sharpen your mind and character. Develop the skill of seeing solutions even when they aren't immediately obvious. Every time you tackle a problem, you become more adept at handling life's challenges. Through thoughtful problem solving, you'll not only navigate obstacles effectively, but also build a life of wisdom, strength, and resilience. July, duty. Duty is not just an obligation, it is a responsibility to something greater than yourself. The Stoics taught that living a virtuous life means understanding and fulfilling the duties we have to ourselves, our families, our communities, and the world. Duty is about acting in alignment with what is right, not just what is easy. It's the strength to carry out your responsibilities even when it's inconvenient or difficult, because you recognize that your actions impact more than just your own life. They shape the world around you. In July, focus on your duty. Understand that it's not about doing what feels good in the moment, but about fulfilling your obligations with integrity and consistency. Whether it's your duty as a friend, a family member, an employee, or a citizen, you must honor those commitments. The Stoics emphasize that your sense of duty is a guiding force, keeping you grounded and purposeful in everything you do. When you act from a place of duty, you move beyond self interest and contribute to something larger than yourself. Fulfillment of duty requires discipline, sacrifice, and the ability to put the needs of others before your own desires. It's easy to be swept up in selfish pursuits, but real strength is found in doing the right thing, even when it's not the most convenient. Life will test your sense of duty. There will be times when it's difficult, when you'd rather take the easier path. But it's in these moments that your true character is revealed. Duty is what drives you to stay the course, to keep pushing forward even when the road is tough. This month, take stock of the duties you have in your life. Are you fulfilling them to the best of your ability, or are you avoiding responsibilities that you know you must face? Challenge yourself to step up. Remember that true greatness comes not from seeking recognition or reward, but from doing what you're called to do, day after day, without excuse. Duty is the path to a life of integrity, honor, and strength. Embrace it and allow it to guide you toward becoming the man you're meant to be. August, pragmatism. Pragmatism is the art of doing what works, not what sounds good or feels right in the moment. It's the ability to take action based on the reality of a situation, not on idealistic notions or theoretical ideas. The Stoics understood that life is unpredictable, and that to thrive you must deal with things as they are, not as you wish them to be. True strength comes from the ability to adapt, to think practically, and to make the best decisions based on the circumstances you face. In August, focus on embracing pragmatism in your actions and decisions. Stop chasing perfection or waiting for the perfect time to act. The reality is that perfect situations rarely exist, and waiting for them only leads to inaction. Pragmatism teaches you to use what you have where you are and make the best of it. Whether in business, relationships, or personal goals, it's not about planning every detail or striving for a flawless outcome. It's about moving forward with what you know, using the resources at your disposal, and adjusting as you go. Pragmatism doesn't mean compromising your values or lowering your standards. It's about being flexible and understanding that life's complexities require a practical approach. It means knowing that things won't always go according to plan, but instead of giving up, you pivot, find solutions, and continue to push forward. You work with what's in front of you, learn from mistakes, and adjust your strategy as needed. The Stoics taught that by accepting what we can't control and focusing on what we can, we unlock our ability to take effective action. This month, let go of perfectionism and start applying pragmatism in all areas of your life. Don't get bogged down by how things should be. Accept the reality of the situation, make the best choice with the information you have, and take action. With a pragmatic mindset, you'll find yourself moving forward with purpose, even in the face of uncertainty. Success isn't about having everything figured out. It's about making progress, adapting, and taking decisive action, no matter the circumstances. September, fortitude and resilience. Fortitude and resilience are the foundation of a man's true strength. Life will challenge you. There will be setbacks, obstacles, and moments when everything seems to fall apart. It's in these times, when you feel like breaking, that your character is forged. The Stoics understood that a virtuous life is not defined by avoiding hardships, but by how we face them. The real power lies in the ability to stand firm, to persevere, and to keep moving forward despite the storms that come your way. Strength is not measured by how easily you succeed, but by how deeply you endure. In September, focus on developing fortitude and resilience. Understand that challenges are inevitable, but they are temporary. Life will knock you down, but it's how you rise that matters. Fortitude is the inner strength to push through adversity when everything around you seems to be crumbling. It's the ability to remain steadfast in the face of fear, disappointment, and failure. Resilience is your ability to bounce back, to recover after being struck down, to learn from every defeat, and to come back stronger. These qualities are not innate. They are developed over time through repeated experiences of facing difficulty head on, learning from them, and choosing to keep going. In difficult moments, it's easy to seek escape or give in to despair. But the Stoic mindset teaches us that hardship is not something to be feared. Instead, it is an opportunity for growth, for testing our limits, and for proving our strength. Every challenge we face has the potential to make us stronger, more determined, and more capable. Fortitude is about maintaining your values and your purpose, even when the external world is full of chaos and uncertainty. It's about not allowing life's hardships to define you, but using them as a source of power. Resilience, on the other hand, is the ability to recover after failure, to get back on your feet when life knocks you down, and to move forward with even greater resolve. This month, embrace discomfort. Challenge yourself to face difficulties without fear and without hesitation. When adversity strikes, remind yourself that your response is within your control. Fortitude is about staying calm in the storm, while resilience is about using the storm as fuel to grow and improve. Don't shy away from challenges or setbacks. Lean into them, knowing that every obstacle you overcome makes you stronger. It is through facing and enduring hardship that you build unshakable strength, character, and the resilience necessary to continue pursuing your goals. Each day you continue in the face of adversity. You become more capable, more focused, and more determined to achieve the life you've set out to create. Let fortitude and resilience guide you, and you'll become a man who rises every time he's knocked down. October, virtue and kindness. Virtue and kindness are the pillars that uphold a man's character. While strength, courage, and wisdom are essential, without virtue, they are hollow. The Stoics taught that living virtuously is the highest goal, and that true greatness is not in power or wealth, but in the goodness of one's actions and intentions. A virtuous man acts with integrity, honor, and moral clarity in every situation, regardless of the external circumstances. Kindness, on the other hand, is the outward expression of virtue. It is the force that connects us to others and reminds us that though we strive for greatness, we are never too great to show compassion and empathy. In October, reflect on the role of virtue and kindness in your life. Virtue is not a set of ideals to admire from afar. It's a daily practice, a commitment to acting in the highest way, even when no one is watching. It's about doing what is right, not because of external rewards or recognition, but because it is the right thing to do. When you live virtuously, your actions align with your deepest values: honesty, responsibility, respect, and fairness. And you act with courage, especially when it's difficult. Kindness flows naturally from a life of virtue. When you understand what it means to live with integrity, you also understand the importance of treating others with respect and compassion. Kindness is not weakness. It is the strength of a person who knows that they are part of something larger than themselves. It is the ability to extend a hand, offer a word of encouragement, or simply be present for someone in their time of need. Kindness is a reflection of the Stoic belief in our shared humanity, the idea that we are all part of a larger, interconnected world, and that how we treat others matters more than anything else. This month, strive to embody both virtue and kindness in everything you do. Make a conscious effort to act with integrity in your decisions, large and small. Treat others with kindness and empathy, not because they deserve it, but because you understand the value of contributing positively to the world around you. When you lead with virtue, you cultivate strength and wisdom that can withstand the hardest challenges. And when you lead with kindness, you create connections that enrich both your life and the lives of others. Together, virtue and kindness form the foundation of a life well lived, a life rooted in respect, honor, and compassion. November, acceptance. Acceptance is the quiet power that comes from embracing the present moment and the reality of life as it is, not as we wish it to be. The Stoics understood that there is much in life that is beyond our control: external events, other people's actions, and even the passage of time itself. True strength lies in recognizing these limits and learning to accept them without resistance. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up or resigning yourself to mediocrity. Rather, it's the ability to understand what is in your power to change and what isn't, and then acting accordingly. It's about finding peace in the face of uncertainty and embracing what comes your way with grace. In November, focus on cultivating acceptance. Accept the circumstances of your life, both the good and the bad, without fighting against them. Understand that while you can control your actions, thoughts, and responses, there are many things beyond your reach. The Stoics believe that peace of mind comes from aligning yourself with the natural flow of life and accepting what it offers. When you fight against reality, you waste energy and stress builds. When you accept reality as it is, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering and become more adaptable, flexible, and effective in your response. Acceptance is not passive resignation. It is active engagement with life as it unfolds. It is the strength to say, "This is where I am, and this is what I can do about it." It means recognizing your limitations, understanding the impermanence of life, and choosing to focus on what truly matters. It's about letting go of the need to control everything and trusting that life has its own course. By accepting the things you cannot change, you free yourself to focus on what you can: your actions, your attitude, and your capacity for growth. This month, practice acceptance by letting go of unnecessary frustration and resistance. When things don't go according to plan or when life throws challenges your way, take a step back and ask yourself, what is within my control here? Once you've identified that, focus your energy on taking positive action. Everything else you cannot change, whether it's the past, other people's choices, or external events, let go of and accept it. By embracing acceptance, you create the mental space to act with purpose, calmness, and wisdom. Life will always present challenges, but through acceptance, you will find the strength and peace to face them head on. December, meditation on mortality. Meditation on mortality is the practice of acknowledging the inevitable and using that awareness to live more fully. The Stoics believe that contemplating the brevity of life is not a morbid exercise, but a powerful tool to focus the mind, align priorities, and inspire action. Life is fragile, and death is the one certainty we all share. By reflecting on our mortality, we gain clarity about what truly matters, what we should cherish, and what we can let go of. It reminds us that time is our most precious resource, and we must not waste it on trivial pursuits or unnecessary regrets. In December, take time to meditate on mortality. Consider how fleeting your time truly is, how each day is an opportunity that you may not get again. This isn't meant to breed fear or anxiety, but to help you recognize the importance of living with intention. The Stoics taught that we should not fear death, but rather use our knowledge of it to live with more purpose, more urgency, and more gratitude. When you understand that life is limited, you begin to prioritize what matters most: meaningful relationships, personal growth, and leaving a positive impact on the world. Meditating on mortality doesn't mean living in constant fear of death. It means acknowledging it so that it does not define or control us. By accepting that our time is finite, we free ourselves from distractions and unnecessary attachments. We are reminded to make the most of every moment, to engage fully with life, and to be present in our actions and relationships. The Stoics believed in living each day as though it were our last, not in a reckless or chaotic way, but with a deep appreciation for the gift of life and the urgency to live in alignment with our values. This month, reflect on your own mortality and consider how it can guide your choices. What would you do differently if you knew you had only a limited time left? What are the things you've been postponing or neglecting? Embrace the reminder that life is precious and that every day matters. Use this awareness to live more consciously, to take decisive action, and to cherish the time you have. By meditating on mortality, you will not only face life's challenges with greater resolve, but also live with a deeper sense of purpose, gratitude, and clarity.